Hey guys, so I'm here today doing this look using the Jaclyn. If you hear noise in the background, it's my children, okay? Just ignore it. Anyways, so I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette and doing this like very dewy, bronzy, you know, the same looks I do all the time because I have dry skin, so I like to keep it dewy, you know. And I know it's been forever, but you know, a girl's got a life, you know. Sometimes life can get a little bit hectic, so but here I am. I hope you guys like this look, and if you want to see how I did it, just keep on watching. So I'm going to go ahead and use Urban Decay's priming potion in Eden. I like to put a light layer but make sure that it covers really well, and then I have like lash glue on my lashes. Gross. Anyways, and then I like to go right in and set it with either a translucent powder or a pressed powder, just to make sure it doesn't crease. So you can see how it cancels out all your veins, all your redness, and all of the eyeshadows will show up, you know, true to color and exactly how you want them to look. And I like to use a brush so I know that I'm distributing the product pretty evenly, and if I put too much, it kind of picks it up and it doesn't leave it too wet and slick. Okay, so I'm going to be mixing Puder and Roxanne, but like any look, you want to gradually go to that darker color that you want. So right a little bit above my crease. Like literally these eyeshadows blend so easily and so fast. So eyeshadow looks have been really quick for me, even if they're very bold. So just look at that, it's already blended. And I was using a Morphe E28 brush, and I'm going to be picking up Hunts and then Jack's, touching the tip of the brush in there, and then just start working it in there. And now that it's like blended and I don't have any more shadow on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and blend it upwards. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Jack's and putting it in the same spot, just deepening the crease a little bit more. And I'm going to be going in with one of the Urban Decay like dual-sided brushes. I really like these. I used this end to blend out my eyeshadow primer, but I'm going to use the other side. It's a little bit more flat, and I'm going to be going in with Twerk. It's kind of like a blue, purple blue, I guess. It's like the lighter it is, the more purple it looks, but then the more you pack it on, it looks more cobalt. So I just do short kind of pressing motions to make sure it doesn't get everywhere. And then I'll just start kind of carving out the crease a little bit with the excess. So I'm going to be going in with Roxanne a little bit more in the crease because I really want that like kind of red burgundy to come through. And then I'm going to pick up the E28 and mix, get a little bit of Roxanne and a little bit of Hunts. One's a little lighter, one's a little brighter. And just lightly blur that line. That was way too much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use NYX Epic Ink Liner. Getting my lashes ready. Put on some lashes. These are Ardell Glamour Whispies. Okay, so I know this next part is going to seem like a lot of steps or a lot of products, like a lot of layering, you know, but I mean, it's just because it's going to be a lot of steps and a lot of layering. Okay, so anyways, I've really been liking to use my Temp2 Liquid Glow that I got in my BoxyCharm a couple of months ago. I used that after I primed, so I'm going to go ahead and use my two primers that I pretty much use all the time. I'm going to be going in with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and then in the areas where I have like larger pores, I use this smoothing primer by Makeup Forever. I don't use a lot. I literally use like maybe half a pump, and then I use like a tiny little pea-sized, not even amount of the smoothing primer, and I just go here, right here, on my lash lines. And I don't like rub like I do the other one. I lightly kind of like just spread it around. I'll go all the way up into my little fine lines. Now this is when I use my little gold drops. I literally just do like a little, it makes a difference. It's so weird. Like obviously it doesn't make you glittery, but it literally makes your skin just glowy underneath your foundation. It's weird. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with one of my favorite drugstore foundations. This is the Fit Me Dewy Smooth. I know they have the matte and poreless, but I have drier skin, so I like to use this. I do like to mix this one and the matte and poreless, but I don't have the matte and poreless in my shade right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. I would suggest mixing them, like if you're going to go out and it's like in the summer and you're going to be sweating and stuff, even though you have dry skin, just because sweat, you know, it's the enemy of everyone during the summer. So, and I'm going to be using my little mint pure sponge. So cute. And I just kind of dot it. I just do one kind of light layer first, and then I just go over any areas that I might have the need for more coverage. So you gotta make sure you get down your jaw. With a beauty sponge, you don't want to go like this, like, and push really hard. You want to literally just like barely tap it, and I've noticed that if I don't hold it like really close like that, I won't apply as much pressure, so I like to hold it as far back as I can, and it gives you like pressure, and it gives you that like nice glowy flawless look to your foundation. But I am going to conceal, so that's going to help with any, like my bags, my under eye circles and stuff, so. And I do go over the under eye area quite a few times just to make sure I don't crease too much. And then I just do a little bit between my brows, down my nose, and just a little bit right here. I like to do this just because it kind of evens out the highlighted kind of look, because when you just do foundation and then you do just right under your eyes, like it can look a little bit like out of balance, you know, kind of with the color. I'm going to go ahead and do some cream contouring. I love doing this lately. I don't know why. I just feel like it looks so much better. Your skin looks a little bit more bronzy without you having to like pack on the powder. Sorry, I saw someone in my window and I have a two-story house, so that would have been kind of weird. Anyways, because I feel like you get the extra kind of bronzy effect without having to pack on the powder, and since I have more dry skin, cream products suit me better just because of my skin type. So this is in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I love this shade. It is dark. I mean, it looks dark, but it blends out so nice. I'm going to be using this little crown brush, and everything goes back like towards your hairline, and I just use the lightest pressure too with this. You don't want to, you know, disturb the foundation you already have too much, so go ahead and just use a light hand like that. And I just like to make sure I smooth it out. I know at first it looks, you know, really orange and splotchy, but it'll change right now. Once I blend it out, I go back in with my sponge and I just kind of blur those edges. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I like to use the darker shade just because I feel like I don't have to keep going back in with more product. Straight, you follow your your earlobe down to your chin, and then use your sponge to blur out any harsh lines. I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier powder today. I know I haven't used it in forever, but it's just sitting there, so I'm like, I have to use it too. Can't just use my Derma Blend. And I do like to I do like to bake more during the summer because, like I said, I get more sweaty and hot. So this helps my makeup definitely stay on a lot longer. And then I like to go down like the side of my nose right here, like where I did the contour, to clean that up. And then right in the nostril area, because I crease there pretty easy. And then whatever's kind of like in the cap, I just kind of lightly put it on this Morphe E3. Okay, so my battery needed a little recharge, so I just dusted off all the translucent powder, but now I'm going to go in with a little bit of bronzer. I'm still super loyal to my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm using this M527 by Morphe. I just put the tip in there and lightly go in my contour areas. Just sharpens it up a little bit. Lightly on my forehead. And I'm going to go in with that same little shader brush I used earlier to blend out my nose contour, and go in with a little bit of the bronzer, the lightest like touch, literally just. And to add a little bit of a glow, kind of like bronzy glow, I'm using this Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. I've had it for a while and I really love it. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's a powder, but it's like very, very soft, but it's not like super pigmented. I don't know, but it adds like a really pretty like glow. So I just kind of use it as like a blush and like bronzer, I guess. Oh shit. And I need blush, so I'm going to be using Mellow Wine by Wet n Wild. This is one of my faves. I literally, like, barely, even that, you barely touch it. It's super pigmented. I'm going to go ahead and use the Jaclyn Hill Becca face palette and use Champagne Pop. Before I put my setting spray, I like to put on highlight where I want it. I set my face and then I put the highlight on again, so I kind of create like a little sandwich. I haven't used this on camera, but I got this in one of my BoxyCharms. This is the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Illuminati. this is the real deal. But, you know, for the purpose of the video, since this is like a very dramatic look, I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little, just a little bit. Oh my god. Maybe that was a little too much. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. And then I'm not going to put any more product on my brush because it has a good amount of product already. I don't want to do like a complete, you know, reapplication. I just want to add a little bit on top of while the spray is still a little bit wet. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight the inner corners of my eyes and my brow bone. For the inner corners, I'm going to use Illuminati. Look at that. And since it is like a pop and highlight, you don't want to go too high or too low. You just want to keep it right in that tear duct area. I didn't spray this, guys. Like, I didn't even put any setting spray or anything. I'm going to do a little bit of in light and beam, you know, just do a little mixing. Just do it at the very top of my brow bone, not brow, like that. And for the lower lash line, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm not going to do any purple. I just want to keep the purple at the top, or the blue purple. So I'm just going to do kind of the same transition shades on the bottom. So I'm going to start with the lighter ones, which were Puder and Roxanne. I'm going to use this little flat definer brush. It's a Morphe E43. You can do this, the darker colors first, really intense on the lash line, and then do the lighter shades to smoke it out. I mean, it doesn't matter. I do it both ways. So there's like the two lighter colors, just really tightly on the lash line. And then I'm going to take this little pencil brush. I kind of want it like darkest at the end and then lighter as I get into my tear duct. I don't know if I want brown or black eyeliner. Let's do black. I like hardly ever do black. And I'm going to get a little bit of mascara. And for lips, I'm going to go ahead and use Too Faced Melted Matte in Child Star. I like this color, but it tends to look a little like crackly in my lines right here. So I always have to put a gloss on top. But before gloss, I'm going to go in. I don't know if I was supposed to sharpen this or not, but I did. This is the I Love Setting ColourPop Lippy Pencil, and it's curvy. I'm going to lightly just line like kind of the corners, like a little bit on the top and the bottom. I like to do this to just give the kind of fuller lips effect. I'm going to go in with NYX Butter Gloss and Madeline. This is a fave. And lastly, brow gel, of course. I did my eyebrows more on the bold side. Like, when usually my eyebrows depend on how bold my eyeshadow look is. I could do definitely a full face, like full coverage foundation, but if my eyebrows, like if I'm not wearing eyeliner and lashes, my eyebrows just look way too dark when I do them like this. So I do have I have worked on like a alternative brow, like more natural brow that I really like. So I think I'm going to do that in the next tutorial. Just do a glowy, bronzy kind of look, like the same kind of theme that I was going for in this one, but without like the bold eye. Obviously I wanted to kind of like utilize the fun colors in the Jaclyn palette, so that's why I kind of went with like this like kind of color scheme. But I think I'm definitely going to do something a little more golden and bronzy for the eyes, something a little more simple, a little bit more wearable, just kind of switch up the products. So yeah, this is the final look. I do love how this eye look turned out, and I hope you guys did too. I'm definitely going to be coming out with more content, not just makeup stuff. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.